There used to be songs for girls who kept themselves. Songs of pride, honor, and tradition. In Ayamunkata village, virginity was like gold. Mothers told their daughters to guard it. No help came. Not from the local government. Not even from the rich men who during campaign season promised a development. Children stopped going to school. And slowly, silence replaced prayers. That silence was where the shame disappeared. Fathers promised pride on wedding days. It was part of who the community was. And every time she came to church, her dress looked older. The only chemist in the village doubled as a center for family planning. Condoms were sold more than Panadol. And when the pastor's wife was caught with a teacher behind the abandoned church building, that was when people stopped pretending. The church doors stayed shut from that day. But one by one, the girls came. Adora. Then Chinyar. Then others. She didn't shout, "Repent." She said, "Come as you are." She taught them tailoring, bead making, and how to budget money. She invited a nurse to give free checkups. She made them believe they were more than their bodies. Then one day the river rose. It rained for 12 days straight. Farms disappeared. Goats drowned. Roads cracked and the only health center was swallowed. If you want to watch more, click on this video. Also remember to share this video with your friends. Thank you. Morals became optional. And survival became the new god. Nobody said anything. She asked about their stories. Why did you start? What do you want? What would help you stop? She rented a small room in the abandoned school building. By the next year, the old market looked different. One corner now had a bright signboard, Sister Han's Fashion House. The most shocking part, the boys who once mocked them started respecting them. People began talking about marriage again, not because they were virgins, but because they were building something real. Inside, 10 girls worked, sewing uniforms, church choir robes, and custom dresses for people in town. When tradition fails and poverty bites deep, people survive in painful ways. But with support, dignity can rise from the ashes. Every girl is worth more than what she does to survive. They didn't earn millions, but they smiled again. Some went back to school. Others started small businesses. She brought pads, soap, and writing materials. Then she set up 2 old sewing machines. Not the chiefs. Not the pastors. Not even the women's group. It was like everybody had agreed silently, let them survive. Her friends said she now stays in a lodge near the express. Even Mama Ifioma, a widow with 3 children, started dressing differently. She used to sell akra in the morning, now she was seen waiting by the motor park at night. People started eating once a day. Adora was always quiet. She was 18, bright, and had dreams of becoming a nurse. But her father had stroke. Her siblings were always coughing. The stalls that once held tomatoes, yam and palm oil were now used as hideouts. Mattresses appeared behind some. Men came from nearby construction sites, lorry parks, and even local politicians who didn't want city girls. You would see schoolgirls in cheap heels, powdered faces, waiting behind the Gary shed after sunset. One day, she left home in the morning and returned with a full bag of rice, soap, and 10,000 naira. Nobody asked questions. Some whispered that they saw her in the back of a tinted car with a man old enough to be her uncle. Others said she was working in town. But what mattered was that she brought food. Then Chinyar stopped coming to evening fellowship. By the end of that month, 4 more girls followed. The village market, once the heartbeat of Ayamunkata, was now 2 things, a graveyard for produce and a playground for quick pleasure. By 9 p.m., it became a red light district. Virginity became a joke. Then hope returned in the form of a woman. Her name was Amina. She was a social worker. She didn't ask the girls about their bodies. At first, they mocked her. Called her a mad woman. Hope started to smell in the air again. The market still had old customers, but not as many. Some girls still worked the night, but now, they had options. And that was what the village forgot. Dignity is not about purity, it's about purpose. Thank you for watching this episode.